Hello, friends. I'm Dana Bristol Smith. Welcome to Self-Care in Stressful Times. It's good to be with you today. I haven't been on lately. I want to thank Kelly Grimes for being your host over the last several sessions. I've been taking care of myself and being with family as my father passed away recently. So that was self-care, to take time. But I'm glad to be with you today and bring a really impactful session that is called Making Space for New Possibilities. But before we dive in, I want to tell you about Leap to Success for a moment. We are a women's empowerment organization based in Carlsbad, California. And our mission is to educate and empower women who are overcoming domestic violence, homelessness, and other major life challenges to reach their greatest potential. And we do that virtually these days using Zoom for our Leap to Confidence program and special events that we hold. And when the pandemic started, we started this series for you to help to lessen the stress and anxiety that you were feeling from the pandemic. And we had no idea that a year later we would still be doing them. But as long as we have an audience, we're really happy to provide these tools and this respite for you, a 30-minute chunk of time that is just for you, to help you check in with yourself, to help you lessen the stress and lessen the anxiety that you're carrying. The theme today is making space for new possibilities. And that's the affirmation that all of our May sessions are connected to. And the full affirmation is, my life is filled with wonderful possibilities. But sometimes it's hard to see those possibilities because there's just so much around us. So today we're going to be looking at the practice of RAIN, which is a mindfulness practice, which will allow us to identify things and beliefs that we hold that are no longer working well for us or serving us, and then be able to create space to bring in new, just like springtime, that time where plants are starting to blossom and new buds and new flowers are appearing. That's what we're connecting to with this session today through the practice of RAIN. I want to take a moment now and introduce my co-host, Kelly Grimes.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here with us today. And Dana, welcome back. It's wonderful to be co-hosting again.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. So my friends, as we do at the beginning of every session, we are going to put up the poll and we're going to ask you to rate the current level of stress and anxiety that you feel right now. And this is on a scale from 1 to 10. And then at the end of the session today, we will go ahead and check in with you once again and have you rate your stress and see if in fact you're able to lessen your stress by taking this Self-Care in Stressful Time 30-minute webinar. So here's the poll, and please rate your current level of stress. If you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube, go ahead and just note for yourself, what is your current level of stress on a scale from 1 being low to 10 being the highest? So thank you for filling that out right now. And I see the numbers here, 1 through 10, and we'll know in just a moment what the current level, what the average is. Okay, it looks like we've got people all the way from 3 up to 9. So we're going to split the difference there and see that 6 is the average. So thank you for sharing that with us. And now let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And if you're comfortable where you are to go ahead and close your eyes, please go ahead and close your eyes, or gently just soften your gaze down so you're not taking in visual distractions. And give yourself this time just to check in with yourself. I'm going to walk you through a guided mindfulness practice. So right where you're sitting, go ahead and notice how your feet are touching the ground. And see if you can feel the sole of your foot through your shoe firmly planted on the ground. And feel how solid that support is beneath your feet. And between each of these instructions, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And what I like to do to make sure I'm taking deep breaths is I like to place my hand on my belly. And as I breathe in, I feel my belly expand. And as I breathe out, I feel my belly contract. So see how that feels for you as well with your hand on your belly, taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. This practice is called soft belly breathing, and it is great for instantly helping you let go of stress and tension. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. And go ahead and do that a couple of times at your own pace now, in silence. Very good. So on your next breath, I want you to notice how you're seated in your chair and feel the support of the chair beneath your legs. And feel the support against your back. And bring your attention to your shoulders and see if there's any tension or tightness in your shoulders. Just noticing. And now bringing your awareness to the back of your neck and all the way up to the top of your head. Continuing to take those nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And continue breathing at the pace that is the most natural for you. And I'm going to walk us through the RAIN meditation, RAIN. This acronym stands for recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. So continuing with your eyes closed, bring to mind a current situation where you're feeling anxious or stressed. Contacting the charged emotions is the starting place for feeling the healing effects of RAIN. So the R is recognize. So ask yourself, what is happening inside of you right now? What sensations are you most aware of? Are there painful sensations? Are there tense sensations? Good. Just bringing your awareness and not having to do anything else right now. Now, think about your emotions. What emotions are you feeling right now? Is there sadness or grief or joy? perhaps anxiety, maybe neutral emotions. See if you can identify the emotions that you're feeling right now. Now bring your awareness to your thoughts. Is your mind churning with thoughts? Do they just keep coming one after another after another? Take a moment to become aware of whatever thought is predominant right now. Very good. So that was recognizing, spending some time just recognizing what's going on inside of you. We carry so much with us all the time. And it's helpful just to take a moment to pause to recognize. The next step is to allow. And it's to simply allow life to be just as it is right now. There's nothing to change. So see if you can just send a message right now to your heart, and it might be helpful to put a hand on your heart. And the message is to just let be this entire experience. See if you can find in yourself the willingness to pause and accept that in this moment, what is just is. You are simply noticing what is true right now, not trying to judge it or push it away or think that it needs to be different than it is. Just allow. So take a nice conscious breath in and see if you can just allow whatever is right now just to be. And see if on your next breath in, you can have in your awareness the thought, I allow my life to be just as it is right now. Very good. The next step in RAIN is to investigate. That's what the I stands for. And here you're just going to bring curious attention. So bring an interested and kind attention to your experience and consider these questions. Where are your feelings strongest in your body? What emotions are present? What are you feeling? And if you're feeling uncomfortable right now, that's a normal feeling for an experience like this because it's new and it's different. And especially when we're just trying to notice and not fix anything. It really goes against our nature because we want to be problem solvers and fix what we don't like. But just breathe in and hold that state of curious attention. And keep listening to your body. And listen to what your body truly needs. You might need to change your position. You might need to stretch your shoulders. So do whatever you need right now to allow your body to relax just a little bit deeper right now. Very good. Now the next step is nurture. And that's what the N stands for in RAIN. And you might keep your hand on your heart or place it if it wasn't there. And visualize yourself being surrounded by soft light. You might even want to imagine someone that you love. And imagine that that person right now is holding you with their love. And feel that sense of care and compassion that that person is sending you. And now send yourself that love and compassion and kindness, enfolding yourself in your very own love, just as you would give to a friend, to a loved one, but giving it to yourself right now. And see if you can discover what best allows you to feel nurtured and what best allows the part of you that is most vulnerable to feel loved, to feel seen, and to feel safe. So continue to take those nice, deep, nurturing breaths. And with your hand on your heart, just have a sense of gratitude for yourself and kindness to yourself for giving yourself this time and giving yourself these beautiful, warm thoughts of nurturing. And take a nice, deep breath in, and when you're ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and open your eyes. And welcome back. So we just went through the practice of RAIN. And what happens after the RAIN is it's really a shift that we go through from doing certain things to now just being and holding a sense of relaxation. The continued invitation here is to relax and breathe and really feel what's in your heart right now and rest in this awareness and become more familiar with it. And you can go back to this practice at any time to feel that recognition, the allowing, the investigating and nurturing anytime you're feeling stressed or uncomfortable or when you have those charged emotions. And this is a great practice to really create more space inside of you to then bring in and invite new possibilities. This is your true home, and it's a beautiful, warm place. I'm going to go ahead now and invite Kelly to come in, who's going to take us a little bit deeper into the practice. Here's Kelly.
Thank you so much, Dana. That was beautiful. I just love making space, and I love how you connected the idea of using rain to make more space within us so that we have a sense of coming home. I think that's such a beautiful thing. This is our true home, and when we have a structure to accept ourselves, to love ourselves as we are, to not create more resistance. There's so much resistance in the letting go process because it's unknown. It's that leap of faith that we have to take as we let go of one thing to open up for the new possibilities. So I really like the idea of creating spaciousness within us as well as in our lives. And I have to say that the fact is that making space is critical in the process of changing, growing, and transforming. And it's really important in order to see new possibilities. I think about a cluttered space, right? When you're in a cluttered space, it's really difficult to imagine anything being different or being able to see a new possibility because there's little or no room. That can be a metaphoric space inside ourselves with all the thoughts and things that we have going on, or it could be in our physical space. And sometimes what is going on outside of ourselves may be a reflection of what's going on inside of ourselves. The fact is that we might have to let go of some things or some beliefs that don't serve us in order to have a different perception, because we oftentimes can be weighed down or feel even more stress and overwhelm when we're holding on to things that aren't in alignment with ourselves any longer, right? As we grow and we change and we transform in our lives, there are going to be things that just don't fit anymore, ways that we looked at the world that just don't fit, or patterns or habits that we have that really don't serve us towards this continued growth that we have. And so having a process like RAIN is really important in being able to recognize what we do need to let go of. And then we can really listen to our wisdom and our insights around that. So I thought, let's go a little deeper. And I don't know if you have paper or something to write with right now, but if you do, pull it out. And let's look at really the question of what is causing stress. If you can identify something that's causing stress in your life, and then reflect on what you could let go of, right? Because the cause of the stress might be the thing that you could let go of. So that's reflect on that for a moment. And let's do the process. So recognizing, and if anybody would be willing to share what's causing stress in their lives, that could be really helpful for all of us in using that as an example. I know for many of us, the unknown is causing stress. We might be moving into the next normal as things start to open up more in our lives after folks have had vaccines and other things. What could be creating stress is finances. I know for a lot of people, it's been a really difficult year with work. Uncertainty in general can cause a lot of stress in our lives as we figure out how to kind of navigate, like what's the next step. So if we looked at that, if uncertainty was one of the things that's causing stress, what could you let go of? If you had an idea, maybe it's an idea that you could let go of, or a belief you have that you have to know everything in order to take the next step. Maybe you could let go of fear. Maybe you have fear that's attached to the uncertainty. So instead of thinking like, oh, what exciting thing's going to happen, you're in the fear place of, oh my gosh, I can't even take the next step because I'm so fearful, which we can all really relate to. So if you let go of your fear, if we use that as letting go of fear, then the allowing piece is just recognizing that you feel it, right? It's doing that act of kindness and self-compassion, of just holding space open and being kind to yourself, not judging yourself that you have fear, just being kind. You might even normalize it for yourself and say, you know what? A lot of people are experiencing fear. You might investigate then using the eye of RAIN and investigate what is the fear connected to. Maybe the fear is connected to not knowing what to do. And so there's this struggle in being able to see another possibility because you're almost paralyzed in the fear. And then the nurturing part might be, how could I support myself in doing the release and the letting go around this? So let's talk about some ways that we could let go of fear. Journaling is such a powerful way of being able to release from within what we feel. And so using the RAIN process as a journaling prompt can be really helpful to go through all of it and have a sense that you've really acknowledged yourself in the process. And once you've processed, you are ready then to do the letting go piece. And the letting go piece could be creating a ritual of release in some way. You could write down on a paper what you're ready to release. If it's fear, let's just say fear, then you write down maybe all the things that you're fearful of around uncertainty. You write them all down, and then you burn that in a safe way just to release it. Say, it no longer has control of me. It's no longer weighing me down. You could identify a physical item that represents what you want to release. For fear, maybe it would be something heavy, that you have a rock or, some physical thing that represents fear to you. And then you let that go. I like to take a rock and write what I want to release and go down to the beach and just release it into the ocean, knowing that those waves come back and forth and can release out and do kind of a mindfulness practice. You could also say it aloud. You could say, I am ready to release fear. And you could say it aloud alone or with other people who are there to support you. You could also, water tends to be a really wonderful way that people feel supported in letting go. You could wash your hands. I wash my hands and release the fear that I'm feeling. You could take a shower and imagine that as the water is running off of you, that it's releasing all of that fear from within and really supporting your letting go process. Whatever you do, invite gratitude into it. Sometimes part of that process could be thanking it. Thank you, fear. Thank you, fear, for helping keep me safe. But now you're keeping me stuck and I'm going to release you. Whatever it is, if you can, as you're in the process of letting go, invite gratitude in and release whatever you're releasing with love and gratitude, really coming from that place. So that's the nurturing part. I love that N is nurture in the RAIN practice, because nurturing is such an important part of maintaining any change that we have. And so ways you can nurture yourself around letting go is to be compassionate, to come from this place of forgiveness. You can ask for help from a trusted friend. You could give meaning to the experience. You know what? I've learned a lot from this fear and I'm ready to let it go. And then you can acknowledge yourself for the amazing steps and courage that it takes to do so, and continue to come from that place of gratitude. Ann Landers had this great quote. She said, some people believe that holding on and hanging in there are signs of great strength. However, there are times when it takes much more strength to know when to let go and then to do it. Remember, friends, that letting go of what doesn't serve us allows us to open up to the possibilities of planting new seeds in our lives. Those seeds could be of creativity, of inspiration, and growth. So happy planting to all of you, and continue to use that RAIN process to further your growth and the amazing benefits of coming home to your true self. Thank you so much, and I'm going to hand it over to Dana.
Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much. This RAIN process is really powerful and such a great tool. And Kelly, I got caught up in writing as you were talking. I think, putting it to paper, whether in a journal or a worksheet, is really helpful. So I hope that you all who are with us today will go ahead and use that RAIN process and use it in the different ways and see how that works for you. Journaling, see what ideas come for you. So what I'm curious about is, in nurturing, what commitment are you going to make for yourself? You identified something that you wanted to let go of, something that was no longer serving you. And Kelly, you talked about fear, and I think we all have fear of different things. We all have fear as we've experienced the pandemic, and our lives have changed so much. And fear does get to the point where it keeps us safe, but then we can get stuck. So let's all use that idea of fear. And instead of that, after, well, allowing it, investigating it, and the final step to nurture ourselves, what commitment will you make to nurture yourself in the next week? And go ahead and please share that in the chat so I can share them out loud and we can all be inspired by these nurturing ideas, because we all need to take really good care of ourselves. Here, someone has said, I will remind myself that all is well. Yeah, that's a great one. And positive affirmations, like I am well, I am safe, can be really helpful. What else? I know that you've got some really good ideas for nurturing. Think about how you can nurture your body. Can you take a warm bath? Would that be a way to just allow your body to relax and feel good? Someone else has shared, I will listen to my favorite album. Yeah, music can be a great way to nurture ourselves, to motivate ourselves, or to calm and relax. It brings such beauty to our lives. And I think that's another way that we can nurture yourselves. It's important for me, and you can probably sense this about me, that color is important to me, and beauty and flowers. And you might see those gorgeous orange roses that I got for Mother's Day behind me. Beauty, flowers, art, all of those things are very nurturing. And think about what you can add to your environment that will nurture you. So incredibly important. And then what can you do to take care of your body, to feel nurtured, to feel cared for, to feel supported? And that lends me to what we're going to be doing next week, which is we're going to focus on mindful movement. So that's a great nurturing activity. So I hope that you'll be here with us. But before I say goodbye, I want to go ahead and take our final stress poll to see if you were able to decrease your stress from when we started right about 30 minutes ago. So here's the poll, and go ahead and mark your number. And I want to remind everyone that we have all of our past episodes at our self-care library on our Leap to Success website and also on our YouTube site. And I will ask you to go back and give yourself another 30 minutes to nurture yourself, to relax, to relieve your stress, and also feel free to share it with a friend. So now you're rating your current level of stress on the poll, and let's see. Oh my goodness, we came down significantly. We have folks at 1 person out of 10. Well, I hope that you will take care of yourself, and if you're working, go ahead and take the rest of the day off. You have my permission to do that, but it looks like our average was about a 4. So that's we did our job, and you did your job. You brought your stress level down. So congratulations. Thank you for being with us today. Come back and be with us next week for Mindful Movement. Our special guest is going to be Elaine Bryan, and I know that you're going to get a lot out of it. So have a good week, my friends, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.